All right, let's get it. No time, no rest for the wicked.
Who's wicked?
All of us. Every single one of us, including the chat.
I was going to say, who's Jamal Murray?
Everybody here right now. What is everybody? Welcome to the pregame show.
Let's go. Let's do it. Come on. Yes.
Live from the Toyota Lounge, driven by your Front Range Toyota stores. Toyota, the official vehicle of DNVR. Man, Nuggets back. I hope you're well rested, everybody.
I'm not.
It was a juicy. Well, that was
what does that mean?
kind of rhetorical, also sarcastic.
But also, what is that? Who cares?
Who cares, man? Yeah, exactly. Just get it together. We got Nuggets.
Mavericks.
We got Nuggets Mavericks tonight.
I know, dude.
I was just making sure we didn't have that presented something I was supposed to say. We do not. Excited for it, man. And I have an important message for Nuggets Nation that I will deliver today in segment 2. Segment 3, update on Nikola Jokic. We got an update, so we can kind of look at the calendar now and make some predictions. Harrison Wind has been kind enough to join us.
I feel good, man. I feel well rested. Got a good night of sleep on the back-to-back. I've slept in as well. Feeling good, ready to go.
Oh, nice.
I'm hyped, man.
What a little brag over here.
Yeah.
He just kept going.
I know. Over here, man who never sleeps, it's D-Line Go.
No, here's the thing. I do sleep, but in concert at the same time, moving in different speeds, my body's dying.
Wait,
So,
are you asleep right now?
In many ways.
Is this your sleep? Oh, man.
In many ways, I'm asleep.
Wait, God, dang it. Superstar Dev rounds out the show.
Well, I feel alive. What a time to feel alive right now. The Nuggets are
Streaking.
streaking.
They really
go.
are 2 in a row, man. They could make it 3 in a row.
Only
Official
8
streak.
Only 8 more to go.
Yeah.
Dude, shut up. Shut up.
Wow, you know what? It would be hilarious if my prediction for Yoke's return would be the 10th game.
Dude, don't. Come on,
Can
man.
you imagine?
We didn't use a certain word that started with S for like 2
I know.
years, and you guys are.
I didn't say anything. We had
This is
planned
the new-
it.
this is the
We're
new
talking
version.
around
Right,
it.
only
You can
8
talk around
more
it.
until Yoke's return. That's what I'm talking about, obviously.
What are you talking about?
Yeah, what are you
Yeah, I
talking
don't know what
about?
you're talking about.
God,
Nuggets are in
no.
Dallas to take on the Mavericks. This game is on ESPN, nationally televised. Nuggets kind of exhausted though, a little
How on earth
weary.
does ESPN pick these national televisions?
I know.
Like, I want that one where the Nuggets are on a back-to-back.
Yeah,
Feels
let's
like
do that.
every single one of their nationally televised games are the second end of a back-to-back.
Dude, because they were like, oh, let's get Jokic versus Anthony Davis.
Let's try to embarrass them.
Those idiots, don't they know?
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyways, the Dallas Mavericks 15-25 on the season. They are coming off a win over the Brooklyn Nets, where Cooper Flagg had 27 points. He's kind of been on a little bit of a tear lately. But their season is going off the rails. I mean, Anthony Davis now going to be out probably for the rest of the season unless the Mavs trade him to a contender, which doesn't seem that likely to me. They've had a lot of injuries as well. And with that, we can go to our Common Spirit injury report to check out those in more detail.
I'm excited about this one.
Let's do it.
On the Nuggets side of things,
Wait, is this all the Nuggets? Oh, man.
you can see here Spencer Jones, probable. Aaron Gordon, also probable on the second night of a back-to-back. Both those guys are playing.
Okay.
Bruce Brown, questionable. Jamal Murray, questionable. Both those guys are playing as well.
Let's go.
Yes, sir.
Cam Johnson, Big Val, and Nikola Jokic all out.
Just the usual suspects.
Yeah, the usual suspects.
Nuggets
there.
kind of have a squad tonight. Kind of.
For the Mavs, they have some injuries as well. Max Christie is out, but PJ Washington playing, Brandon Williams playing. Derek Lively, he's been out, and he's still out as well. So Nuggets, they got most of their guys, at least everybody that played last night, is playing tonight. Mavs a little shorthanded. And yeah, should be interesting.
You guys do we want to go to starting lineup real quick?
Sure.
Let's go to the starting lineup. Got a good detail for you guys here.
Starting for the Nuggets tonight, we have Jamal Murray, Jalen Pickett, Peyton Watson, Spencer Jones, and Aaron Gordon. So same starters as last night.
Like the tidbit?
This is, well, the tidbit is, This is the first time they've had the same starting lineup 2 games in a row since December 29th.
Wow.
So really this entire year so far, it's just been a different starting lineup every single night. Until tonight.
Dude.
A little continuity.
That's what it takes, man. You got to play minimum 2 games together to be a squad.
It is kind of funny. But isn't that weird? Every other night, something different. I'm not saying I'd have to go through and see. Maybe there are 2 that were the same, but just separated, but not in a row.
The Hunter Tyson starting lineup? That
Which
only
one?
started 1 game?
Well,
I know he started 2, but
Holmes was in 1, Spencer
then
Jones,
AG.
and then AG the other. Christian Braun was in 1, Spencer Jones. So actually, all over the board,
With
man.
as many players that have not been available 2 games in a row, this makes sense because there has been so much shuffling going around with guys just not being in that starting lineup. So this is, pretty good. Also, Aaron Gordon is playing on the second night of a back-to-back.
Yeah,
that is. I feel like it's pretty shocking.
This one was surprising to me,
shows that he's actually moving.
That's actually incredible.
He played a lot last night. It's not like he only played 20 minutes.
Hopefully that's what it means, and not.
Yeah.
I mean, I think AG likes to play.
Yep.
You think that he's just blowing through the doctor?
I like the idea. Yeah.
He's like, don't talk to me. Smokes a cigarette. I'm going to play.
He walked into the arena wearing his Harley Davidson hat today.
No one tells Aaron Gordon he's not playing.
Another way to put this would be, it's the first starting lineup 2 times in a row since Jokic went down. So the 29th, that lineup featured Nikola Jokic.
Yep.
So since he went down, it's been different every single night. Not only is it without Jokic, it's different every night.
I was thinking about this. Generally you have to get out of a period before you can fully understand it.
Yeah.
Go ahead. And, we've been through a season that was a season of purgatory. We've been through a season it was a season of growth. We've been through all of these things. This is the season where we're being tested because it's not purgatory. We know that there's an end to this, but it's like, can you stay truthful and true through this middle area? I mean, we're all being tested, but the craziest thing is that they're winning.
Is it kind of a side quest?
A bit of a side quest. It's just like it is. It's honestly like having a summer league squad that you cheer for or it's like our Olympic squad.
Yeah,
we're just the fake Nuggets.
And yet, Dev, I kind of feel like this squad, this one tonight, is pretty good. We're really just short Cam, Jokic, CB. I mean, that's a lot, but I'm saying if relative to what we've had lately,
that's crazy. You just rip through 3 starters,
like big time starters too. The thing is,
Jokic.
this is how good the Nuggets have looked as of late. That you really do believe that this is still a good team because they can compete with everyone, especially the teams that they're going against. They're still they're barely underdogs in this game, but there's not other teams that are going through how much they're going through and still being able to compete. So it does feel like it's not that big of a loss. And then you think about it, it's Nikola Jokic,
dude.
That shows you how deep this team really is. Though.
I think about where we are as a people, the people of the Nuggets. And it reminds me of last year. I mean, even though the Oklahoma City Thunder were winning all year, they never really faced any kind of adversity. They still knew they had their big guns coming back at the end of the season. They didn't have Chet Holmgren for a huge portion of the season. He comes back and it just sends them into overdrive. I just feel like the Nuggets are on this path.
They are walking that path right now and getting better for it. But here's what else this game represents tonight. Because it's a back-to-back. There's a lot of excuses tonight. Second night of a back-to-back, short-handed, all these different things.
The one shot is a little rough with no Harrison. But Harrison had to take a phone call just now. He didn't disappear.
Yeah. The Nuggets can find themselves later tonight in sole possession of second place. Sole possession.
That's wild.
Right now, they're tied with the Spurs, but you get this one tonight, you're a half game ahead of them. And it's like, for them to be more than halfway through, basically, it seems like Jokic's absence, and climb the standings, it would just, to me, it kind of actually feels like a sneaky big game. You can't, the games are too tough without Jokic to punt on any of them, and tonight's winnable.
Yeah, I feel like there's added motivation. One, it's already a nationally televised game, but the second part of it is each one of these games, there is the motivation of, can we continue to win without our star players down, multiple players, and you have the added pieces of gaining ground. It was already remarkable that they're able to stay, where they were, even move up before Jokic got there, and now that he's coming back, it's going to be the same. It's going to be the same thing, or even better, because I feel like they found themselves in this process. So this is a sneaky big game. Second night of a back-to-back, which you being able to carry, cover some ground. Then from there, you're getting closer and closer to the return.
Dude, it's I guess maybe this matters, maybe it doesn't. It's Western Conference game.
Yeah.
I mean, it's more so than if on the East. And yeah, I don't know. I mean,
also a
it's just
revenge game.
it's like one of those baskets at the end of the half. You're like, this is huge, and it's not actually huge, but it would just feel good, dude. It would just feel great.
To me, it would just feel big for the standings, man. Just keep doing this, keep banking wins, and it's a winnable game. I'll tell you what, Cooper Flag sure kicked their butt last game. I think that tonight
Did they have Aaron Gordon in that last matchup?
I don't
No.
Nope.
I don't think so, right?
So that would, maybe that's part of why he's playing tonight. He's like,
And
you know what?
Peyton, like
Let's see if we can shut him down.
yeah.
Well,
Zeke
Aaron
Najee.
Gordon's not going to have the Cooper Flag matchup.
You don't
though.
think?
No, because they're going to get destroyed on the
I guess,
on the
they have
boards.
Gafford at center.
Gafford would destroy them if it's not Aaron Gordon on him.
He playing tonight?
I would assume so.
I'm sure it'll be Peyton on Cooper.
Yeah, Peyton will get the opening assignment.
And then I bet Zeke will get some of that
Yeah.
as well.
Did you guys talk about Peyton while I was out there?
Not much.
PJ Washington and Gafford, man, they are enormous. Cooper
They're
Flag. And
big.
Denver is tiny. Najee Marshall's enormous. He's a shooting guard.
That's the thing is like they forget the Dallas Mavericks were built to be this team of huge defensive titans, then
Right.
led by Kyrie Irving, who could facilitate, and then it all just fell apart. It was like a half-cocked plan to begin with, but like everything that could have gone wrong went wrong with it.
Well, I mean, Anthony Davis got injured.
Well, yeah, I mean yeah.
But with P-Watt, what's going to be so interesting now is he's at the top of team scouting report.
I know.
You know, especially this version of the Nuggets. You have Jamal, but right after him now is P-Watt. And so now how does he react and how does he play and how does he maneuver on offense when he's the center of the defense's game plan? You're like, now teams are going to be scheming for him. Or they're going to be scouting him way more than they have been the last couple weeks. That's what I'm really excited to see, how he responds to that.
Let's talk about Peyton Watson now, because as I joy scrolled, after the last game, just as you would like to do after a big win, one thing I keep seeing is how many people immediately go towards the negatives of, well, how is Denver going to keep him, and who should they trade, and who should they get rid of? And it's one of those things where I get it. Those things are fun to talk about. We've talked about them on this very show. There are important implications
But like
of the
not
future.
during a joy scroll.
But not during the joy scroll. But there are important implications with P-Watt and the future of the Denver Nuggets. But then I sat and thought, nobody really thinks about what this means about right now and void of everything else. The offseason, Denver's going to have to figure that out. And maybe they have to get ahead of it at this trade deadline, although I don't think they have to. But maybe they have to, at least consider it. But whatever the case, I actually think we look at this and just say, Peyton Watson is the story of this year so far. Jamal Murray coming in and having the best year, also the story. I think those are the two
That was
stories.
maybe chapter one.
That was
This
maybe
might be a
chapter
new
one.
chapter.
Chapter 2 right now is that the Nuggets didn't just add Peyton Watson playing well. They added a whole new player. They added this guy that all of a sudden is breaking out in a way where I think he's one of the 5 best players on the team. You can make a case he's one of the 4 best players on the team, albeit a small sample size. And to me, it's like, Nuggets fans, just think about that. We thought the Nuggets were winning a title when we thought P-Watt was the 7th or 8th man. Right now, he feels like the 4th or 5th man.
Totally.
And that's not because somebody's playing poorly. It's actually everybody's playing great. He's just playing that much greater.
Yeah.
Yeah, the only problem is that it comes in the middle of a time where Jokic is. There's like other things that are like causing people to not live in the brightest timeline, which we know is coming. But
But it
it's
might
like,
not have arrived if it weren't for that, to be honest.
Oh, for sure. But I'm just saying, like, that's the psychology. It's like if you're able to just say, like, okay, I know what this means, what's coming. There's a good chance we're going to be extremely happy. But a lot of people just can't get past there's a storm coming, so we can't enjoy this picnic.
Some of that is true, but I think it's more like if Deron Holmes started playing better, people would be complaining that Zeke Najee got paid. It's just like one of these things where people automatically go to the other thing. And my whole thing is, if you just were told, think about at the end of last year how dire everything felt. Of
course.
Like they have no flexibility. How are they ever going to get out of this quarter? If you were just to say, not only did they get the deepest team that they've ever had of the Jokic era, but one of their guys who you perceive to be 6th, 7th, 8th man is actually having a breakout year and might be a star, you'd be like, you know what? Would you be happy and live in the moment of that? That's what I'm trying to say. Forget the future. The Nuggets just got a huge shot of adrenaline straight to the heart in the form of Peyton Watson that affects them this year just as much as it'll affect them in years to come with difficult decisions.
And it really is important to live in the right now, because that's where we are. But also, say that you were, because these same people are pushing for going to get someone else that could help you right now win a championship, and it doesn't matter if they're here next year. That's the same thing that they have right now, and they still have options to be able to make that happen. But if he gives the Nuggets the best chance to win a championship, that's what the important part is. We'll cross that bridge when we get there if you have to make those decisions. But right now, you have a new player that gives you an ability to win it.
Yeah.
They're going back into conversations of being like the potential champions.
Yeah.
That was not there, like a couple of weeks ago. I mean, it was still around, but it wasn't the idea. Now he's allowed them to be that good, to where you're saying, okay, now this is a really, really deep team, and they have Peyton Watson. That's the important part. Right now, they have him.
Yeah, and the other thing to remember is that they don't have to make a decision right now about anything because they don't have all the information. They don't know what the rest of the season plays out. They don't know what it looks like in the playoffs. I agree. Let's just enjoy this. But you can't tell. It turns out the internet is a bunch of different people.
Yeah.
It's not just one guy you can yell at.
Sometimes my advice to people is also my advice to myself, because I also enjoy thinking about, okay, well, what do you trade and what could you do in Trey Murphy if we did this or that?
But that's part of the NBA too.
It is
part of the NBA. In a lot of people's mind is always looking forward to what's next.
But what I would say is look forward with anticipation and excitement, not anxiety, because there's no reason to be anxious right now. The Nuggets added an incredible player.
Oh, totally. And I mean, the reason why I'm so excited about this and trying to live in the moment is because, look, man, covering day-to-day this Jokic era team, watching Nikola Jokic go from a nobody to the best player in the world, watching Jamal Murray get drafted and becoming an all-star, those two things have been life-changing to watch and chronicle every single day. Christian Braun getting drafted to becoming this perfect fit next to Nikola Jokic. Watching guys that were drafted and developed in Denver blossom into these incredible players has been the coolest thing to watch and I think follow during the Jokic era, and just in terms of the roster. And Peyton Watson is following in that path. A guy the Nuggets drafted, he developed, he did it the hard way, spent a whole year in the G League, earned more playing time, earned more reps, went through, a coaching change, went through a lot of obstacles along the way, and now is finally getting the opportunity to show what he's got, just like those guys previously. So if you're a fan of the Nuggets and have been a fan of this entire era, this is one of the coolest things about it. And it's been one of the coolest things about it, watching these guys just blossom into something incredible.
The P-Watt arc is kind of a unique one, too, of the Jokic era. This is what's great about basketball. There's so many things that could happen that are storylines. It's not just the same storylines on Echo. I don't remember the player. Gary Harris, maybe? Remember Gary Harris kind of blew up pretty quickly, and all of a sudden it was awesome. I mean,
Jokic, he was once called by the next Kawhi Leonard.
Jokic was literally, we have a date for it, December 15th, even though he was great before then. It really was then where it was just like, oh my God.
Right.
But outside of that, I'm not sure there's been another player that's had as steep of a curve.
MPJ did, and then he got hurt.
Who did?
MPJ first
Yeah, you're
season.
right.
Because MPJ went from nothing to this.
Once
But then
he started playing, and
but then he got hurt, and then we were like, "Why won't he play him?" and then he had another back surgery.
Yeah,
but it
you're
was
right.
this thing.
There
you're
was
like,
a thing.
Oh man, because we didn't know what we were going to get out of him.
And there was a run. You're right. Early on, but it's almost like analogous to that.
Is
It's
Peyton
a little
Watson?
summer because
Yeah.
every
Is Peyton
game we
Watson's
were like,
best comp MPJ?
every game with MPJ, we were like, oh my God, what is happening?
Yeah.
What did we just get gifted?
Yeah.
How,
You're
did
right.
how did this happen?
That might be the truest comp is that experience. It's kind of like, so maybe there is only one story. Let's go really quickly to, let's go to our next topic here. We got an update from one Sham Charania. This is the second update we've gotten on Nikola Jokic.
Yeah.
What was that update?
Well, the update is everything's going well. He's progressing according to schedule, if not ahead of schedule.
Yeah, if not.
And it seems like he's going to be back at the end of January. He's doing on-court work now.
On-court work,
And
end of
he's
January.
probably gonna be back
This
by the end of the
feels
month.
like, isn't that what we were projecting anyway?
So-
isn't 4 weeks the 29th? So 4 weeks would be like the 28th.
So I looked this, I kind of chronicled this out. 4 weeks exactly from his injury or from when they said he was going to be reevaluated would be January 27th. That's against the Pistons.
That's a home game. So, yeah.
That would be exactly 4 weeks.
Do you consider this a good update, Dev? Neutral update? Like, is this... Because maybe I should have set my expectations further back. This feels like just the timeline to me.
Well, all it did was just get everybody happy and hype.
Yeah.
But it didn't change the time. Like, if they were saying he's going through workouts and actually practicing with the team, you're like, okay, any day now. But they said the end of January, which was always supposed to be.
But not necessarily, though, because reevaluated, that doesn't mean you're immediately back. Like Christian Brown was reevaluated and Aaron Gordon.
Oftentimes
and
it takes longer.
Took them a minute after that to get back. So this would be at exactly the reevaluation.
This sounds like they're already reevaluating him behind the scenes right now.
Probably I
guarantee
Cam
Johnson's will be longer than it was predicted, and Jokic's will be shorter.
You can guarantee that?
Yes.
All right. You know what? You can guarantee it. The Nuggets have 7 games between now and then. They're on a 2-game win streak. 7 games. So that Pistons game.
Yeah.
They win every game from now to then. They will have a 9-game win streak going into that Pistons game. If they were to win it.
Who cares?
Well, now they're not going to.
Well, I didn't say anything. I just was pointing out now.
The S word.
So they have Dallas, Washington, Charlotte. So we say 7 games. Dallas, Washington, Charlotte, Lakers, Washington, Milwaukee, Memphis. Outside of the Lakers, they might be favored, even as shorthanded as they are. They'll be favored or within 2 or 3 points of every single one of these games, I think. There's a chance if the Nuggets can do it, I'm not saying win every game, go on a streak. I'm just saying, can you go like 4-3? Sure. Maybe 5-2? Sure.
Man,
10-0?
I was just going to say that Jokic comes back in the middle of an 8-game winning streak.
They're losing for sure.
That would be brutal.
Well, it would actually be 9 games. Getting ready to his return would literally be
we got to stop while we're ahead here. We're just really testing the basketball gods right now.
But nonetheless, I am looking at that going. The Nuggets can win tonight, be a 2 seed, and then you have 6 games before the 27th, if that is the date. Yeah. All winnable. Go 3-3 there. It feels like, oh my God, I just think best case scenario is on the table for the Nuggets. Like a true not just survived, but held serve.
Oh, this has gone way better than I think any of us expected it to, knock on wood. And I know we're not supposed to care about this, but part of me does. If he does come back for that Pistons game, he'll have 2 more games he can miss to still be eligible the rest of the season.
Man, you know what's fun about that stat? Fun, in quotes here.
For MVP and stuff.
Rest will actually matter here because maybe he misses a game, maybe he doesn't from an injury. But even if you don't, you still have half the season.
I know, it's a long way to go.
And can you imagine Yoke being right on the cusp? You can't miss a single day. He's exhausted. There's only 8 games left.
But has any part of you thought about, does Jokic want to come back so he can win MVP?
No. Who knows?
No.
I'll tell you what. This is the ultimate Yoke.
Tiny part of me
I would love if Yoke is the favorite to win MVP, just dominates the rest of the year. Everyone's like, it's his, but he can't miss any more games. And on the last game, he just sits out. He literally pumps the MVP. Would be so funny.
I don't think he should do that. I think he should do like the approach that all the guys that play the Ironman, where he just comes into the game for the first play and gets out of the game.
You have to play minimum 20 minutes though.
What?
Minimum 20?
Yeah, 20 minutes.
Oh wow.
He can't do that.
Can't do it.
I think there's like a couple games that you can.
I want him to still make all NBA. I don't care about the MVP. I want because one, I think that in contract negotiations you probably still have that.
Yeah.
Like as a kicker or something like that. But also that he belongs in that, you know?
Yeah,
like,
for sure.
The MVP, it could be murky waters. Like, you know, it goes wherever. But he's one of the 5 best players that's playing right now. He should be on the first team all NBA.
Our pregame picks are presented by Bet365. Download the Bet365 app. Use the code DNVR365. Deposit $10. Place a bet of $5 to get $200 in bonus bets. Must be 21 or older. Physically located in Colorado. Please gamble responsibly. If you or someone you know has a gambling problem and wants help, call or text 1-800-GAMBLER. Dev, what are we going to do today?
We're going to get paid.
Dang.
We're going to make sure that we get paid. The Nuggets come into this game.
Hold on. Were you trolling us yesterday?
Absolutely. Listen,
Wait, really?
listen.
Zeke
Wait,
Najee,
can we get a reminder of what the bet was?
Zeke Najee points, rebounds, 12.5.
That was a troll.
That was he had 0 points.
Well, he didn't know he was
I
going to
know
have
that.
0
He had
points.
0.
A
Golly.
lock though? Come on, man.
No, I know. That's where we were like, what the hell's going
That's
on?
uncalled for.
Like Jamal was available. Peyton Watson is on a run. Come on. I just wanted to hear you guys read it.
First off, there's no way you heard it. There's no way you
no
watched
way.
the show.
No way you were
Actually
listening.
watched it because you had your own set of bets. So why'd you even go to that one? If you
Why was it my own set of
Called
bets?
you out. Hey, called you out.
What am I here?
I
Just your
couldn't believe he did
mouthpiece?
that.
I
Yeah,
watched it. You went through it. I didn't understand.
I can't believe he
The
did that
Nuggets
either.
come into this game as 1.5 point underdogs.
Oh, I like that.
Trifling. We're gonna take money line.
Oh,
we're not even gonna. We're gonna
please.
take money line. Nuggets
Please.
are gonna win this game convincingly. So I really like this one. The over under is 224.5, and I'm gonna go over on this one. It just makes sense. What do y'all think? What my other side bet would be?
Cooper Flag,
go
yep.
off again.
Got you guys. Cooper Flag over 21.5 points.
Anthony Davis under.
Of course. Also, I like Najee Marshall. I just think that he's a good player. I think his line is 12.5. Let's just get the over on both of those guys. For Denver, Tim Hardaway Jr., his 3 points bet is only 2.5, and sign me up for that. I don't understand. This has been hitting a lot, and today is going to be no different. So 2.5 3-pointers for the 3 points bet. Let's go with it. His points are also at 13.5, and are they not watching the games? Or do they just really, really, really want us to get paid? I like Tim Hardaway Jr. to score over 13.5 points. He's just that scoring option off the bench unit. And also, they need scoring from deep to open up the floor. The Mavericks are going to allow that. So I like Tim Hardaway Jr. in this one. This is also a revenge game for him. So I like it. Rebounding has been an area of concern for the Nuggets. They have Bruce Brown's rebounds at 4.5. No way. It just seems too high. I'm going to go under. This is a very big lineup that they're going with. So I don't like it. I played with fire yesterday, giving y'all a Jamal under assist.
Yeah, you did. You won that by
barely
half an
hit.
assist, but it did win.
It barely hit. And while I still think that 9.5 is just like, I think that's too high, I'm not going to play with fire again. I would go with Jamal over, so 8+ assists. I would add this on to like the money line bet, or I would add this to something else as a sweetener. But he has just seemed to find his groove as a point guard right now in a balance of scoring and passing. So I think this is going to be a assist night again. And for our lock,
Let's lock it in.
there's one guy we haven't talked about.
Not yet. We haven't.
Peyton Watson. His points, rebounds, and assists is 29.5.
That's a lot.
I like the insurance on this. You say that it's a lot. How many real points did he score last night?
31.
Which is over just the points, rebounds, and assists alone. Also, the Nuggets are
Rebounds might be hard to
desperately
come for.
They're going to need some rebounding help. He's not going to be able to just leak. He's going to have to be a force on the boards. Lately, he's been one of the better rebounders. Like, he's been matching whoever the top rebounder is, which puts him up there. So I like his points, rebounds. Also, he has the ball in his hands right now, so you could drop off a couple of assists. So I just like the insurance purposes. But Peyton Watson is our lock. This is going to cash. Points alone.
I love it, man. We're feeling good. JK, we got any super chats? Oh, what a bad sign.
Oh, it's a fine sign.
What's a bad sign,
no
man?
way, dude.
All
Here,
right.
I'll give you a super
We'll
chat.
go watch. We're going to head to the watch
Hey,
along
Adam.
set. Hit the like button on the way out.
We all silly like the mayor.